So here we have the Toyota Yaris on a 67 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you inside the car to run through some controls first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we've got plenty of boot space along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat should you wish to increase the space even further. And this car comes with this vinyl boot liner, which would have been an additional extra from new. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the right-hand side, first of all, we have the speedometer and the fuel gauge for the car. And over on the left-hand side, we have what would be the rev counter. It shows over there whether the batteries for the hybrid motors are charging, whether you're driving in eco mode or using the power band for the car. And we've also got a coolant temperature gauge there as well. In the centre, you can see the total miles for this car. They are 18,298. The information displayed above that can be changed using buttons on the steering wheel. As you can see at the moment, there's a digital readout for the speedometer, but there's various different bits of car and fuel economy information available to you, and they are changeable using the buttons just over here. We have cruise control underneath that, and then stereo controls on the left-hand side. The main stereo, of course, is over in the centre just here. You have a few buttons down the left and right-hand sides, but essentially, from there it becomes touchscreen. So, in terms of music, first of all, we have AM, FM, and DAB radio. Bluetooth audio, so you can stream your music wirelessly once you've paired your phone. And we have iPod and USB input as well. Streaming your music wirelessly requires the pairing of your phone, as I mentioned. In order to do that, you press this button, and you'd obviously hit yes to connect your phone. We aren't going to connect one for the moment. If I pop the car into reverse, you will see that we've got a full colour reversing camera with guidelines that show you what direction this car is headed in based on the image that you can see up there, of course. Below that, we've got the dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the passenger temperature and driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed. You can determine what direction you'd like the air to be distributed in once it enters the car. When you're happy with all of those settings, the air conditioning is on at the minute, so that's turned off or back on again. You can, if you wish to, hit auto. The car will now maintain those temperatures by taking full control of the fan speed for you. To override that, just make any manual adjustment and put it back on your own settings here as well. We then have the auxiliary and USB inputs underneath that cap there, and then underneath this one, a 12-volt charging socket. The gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox, and these buttons here so you can turn off the traction control. You can put the car in eco mode, and if there's enough charge, you can force it into electric vehicle mode. As you heard from those beeps, at the moment that's currently unavailable. It does tell you up here as well because there isn't enough charge in the batteries yet. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to call either of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.